Castlevania is an action-adventure game about a vampire hunter named Simon Belmont, set out to Transylvania to destroy Dracula. Castlevania was released by Konami in 1987. It has now been released on various platforms, from early systems to modern consoles. The franchise has expanded into several spin-off video games and other media, including comic books and an animated television series. Castlevania is one of Konami's most popular franchises. Several of its entries are ranked among the best video games ever made. Remember, if you like these videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for your support, and don't forget to hit the notification button for all future videos. Does the original Castlevania hold up today? Let's find out in this review for Castlevania for the NES. Now this is kind of disappointing. There really isn't much of a story here to be told. There is only a couple of cutscenes, but it doesn't explain anything, and there's no dialogue to explain what's going on. You are a vampire hunter named Simon Belmont, and you are sent out to Transylvania, where Dracula lives. Every 100 years, Dracula rises from his grave, along with the undead, to wreak havoc, and it's up to you to stop him. Now that's pretty much the story. I really wish they would have had some kind of cutscene or dialogue to explain what's going on. Castlevania is your typical action platformer game in which the player takes the role of Simon Belmont. Belmont's main weapon is a whip called the Vampire Killer. When you first start the game, the whip isn't that long or powerful. By destroying candles, sometimes they drop the whip icon, and that will extend your whip and make it more powerful. While the secondary weapon includes thrown daggers, bottles of holy water that acts as small fire bombs, thrown axes that arc overhead, a watch that can stop time, and a cross that acts like a boomerang. These are powered by hearts, which are collected by destroying candles and killing monsters. Hidden items such as power-ups and food to regain your health can be found by attacking walls within the levels. Simon's controls are not all that flexible. He is a little bit slow, and sometimes it is very hard to dodge an enemy attacks, and some jumps can be tricky and hard to perform because of this. And when Simon gets hit, he gets knocked back uncontrollably. So if you get hit near a ledge, you're more likely to fall to your death. But even with that, Castlevania's gameplay is still pretty good. It is a good example about how a platform action game can be made. Now you have to chase Dracula through 6 different floors of the castle, beating his evil minions like zombies, bats, gargoyles, and those damn Medusa heads. The Medusa heads are probably the most pain in the butt. Sometimes when trying to jump over a ledge and avoiding them can be quite challenging. At the end of each stage there is a boss fight. There's a giant bat, mummies, Frankenstein's monster, Medusa, and Death himself, the Grim Reaper. I found that besides Dracula, the Reaper is probably the hardest boss in the game. When you manage to defeat him, then you're finally ready to fight Dracula himself. This won't be no easy task, as he can be quite difficult. There is no passwords, but there are continues to help you out. But if you continue, you start at the beginning of the stage, and you lose all your power-ups and weapons. The graphics for the original Castlevania are surprisingly really good. They don't feel all that dated. Castlevania has some of the best graphics ever seen on the original Nintendo. The backgrounds are nicely detailed, gothic looking. The sprites are crystal clear. The skeletons, bats, axe armors, skeleton dragons, and of course those Medusa heads. They all look great. The bosses are simple in appearance, but they are large and still manage to intimidate. There are even a few visual effects here and there, like the flash of holy light when Simon seizes the cross power-up. Simon is fairly well animated. Castlevania still sounds great today and has one of the best soundtracks on the NES. The Vampire Killer song is a video game music classic. Every level in Castlevania has its own unique music, and every track is very catchy. Each level's theme perfectly reflects the surroundings. The sound of the holy water smashing the ground doesn't exactly sound like glass shattering, but it still sounds good. Then you have the sound of your whip every time you crack it, which sounds great. And of course there's the sound effect when Simon grabs the cross and kills every enemy on the screen. Konami did a great job with the sound effects. What can I say that hasn't been said before? This game is a classic. It has really good gameplay, the controls respond very well and are easy to learn. The graphics are fantastic for an NES game. Everything is very well detailed. You can clearly see what you're up against. The boss battles are challenging, but not too difficult. The music is awesome, some of the best on the NES. The sound effects are also great. There are continues when you lose all your lives, but you have to start at the beginning of the stage with no power-ups or weapons. The Medusa heads can be a pain in the butt to deal with. I wish there was some kind of dialogue for the story in this game. Castlevania is still a solid action game that deserves a place in everyone's collection. I still had a blast with this game. While it's not perfect, it comes pretty close. I would highly recommend this game, as it's still definitely worth playing today. Castlevania for the NES gets a 4 out of 5. So what did you think about Castlevania for the NES? Leave comments below to share your thoughts, and remember to like and subscribe if you like these videos. I will be doing live gameplays throughout the week, mostly from the Xbox or the Nintendo Switch, and sometimes I do a retro night. That will do it for this review. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.